Hello, Mrs. Smith here. I wanted to come to you today and visit with you a little bit about all of the family togetherness that we've got to have here. And there's a lot of really great parts of getting to spend so much time with family. And then there's also some challenges with that. So we're going to talk about both sides of those. And this will just be kind of a beginning piece. And I will also have some videos later that are fun activities to do together, and then also some relaxation techniques and strategies to help cope with sometimes the challenging part of family togetherness. So we will move on and let's talk about the positive part of getting to be together. Is you kind of get to know each other a little bit more. We're generally so busy, and then typically we just have like evening time together. So it's really nice to get to spend more time, learn more about each other, laughing sometimes at the silliest things. And we're making memories right now, whether we realize that or not. This is a memorable part of their life and our lives as parents. And we really get to step up and support each other in a way that we wouldn't have already had the opportunity. So it's a great thing to get to be together, but there are also some challenges to that, as with anything. And some of those challenges are really that when we are together, we're together, and there's a lot of it. And some of us have a greater need for personal space. I do not think that anybody should be isolated in a room by themselves at all times. That is definitely not healthy. But I do think that having a time each day when it is just that person can do something that they would like to do without other people. Obviously, this is for older kids. But with younger kids, it really can be just separating their activities from their siblings. Maybe, from 2 to 3, you can use this time to color if that's what you like, or you can look at books. But your brother or sister is going to be over here, and they like to do puzzles, and it's okay to do some things separately throughout the day. I think it helps them develop a little bit of independence and just a little bit of time to check in with themselves, whether they know they're doing it or not. And then another thing is just they start to take out their frustrations on other people. We do as well with too much togetherness. We have frustrations. They need to come out, and they come out on whoever is closest to us. Sometimes siblings can get to the point where they're pushing each other's buttons intentionally, either to get them back for something that they feel that they were wronged in, or just they're arguing or fighting. And I want to talk through a little bit so that we can work through some of that family conflict that may be happening, because I don't think the majority of us live in a TV family where everything's perfect. It shouldn't be. There are going to be hard times. That's going to be normal. And when we're working on that, we just need to understand that this is a hard time, not just for you guys, but for everybody. So don't feel like, oh, this is only happening at my house. How come I don't have this figured out yet? You don't have it figured out yet because you're normal. And so we're just going to kind of work through this, and you'll learn what are most effective tools for your family. But just basically helping them to understand that other people do have feelings, and that there's not a real benefit in hurting someone else, but understanding why you might feel the need to do that, and helping them build those relationships back up, and hope maybe that will prevent some of the negative interactions that they might have. It is by all means not going to prevent everything, just some, and hopefully maybe it'll just decrease the number of conflicts or the intensity of those. So some questions that you can ask if your kids are having some challenges at home, getting along, and having conflict. What were you feeling when that happened? How did you hurt them? Just so they can understand how that other person must feel. What would you do differently next time? That's one we ask at school a lot. So just making sure that they actually know of a different way of handling the situation. Um, what was your brain saying? What were you thinking? Um, what can you do to fix this or make it better? And recognizing that sometimes that when our words come out, there you can apologize and you should, but understanding that that doesn't really make it all better for the other person. They still have to kind of in their own time heal from that, and then basically just talking with them. I know that you're going to need to step in and give them a consequence, and I think that is appropriate. But also just talking with them about why they did what they did, how that impacted the other person, and what they should do different the next time. Now, does that mean it will never happen again? That does not mean that. But if you start talking through those conflicts that you have, hopefully they'll start to think before they act or say something that they would regret. And then you can go back to having more of those fun times, those memory making times, and enjoy some of this extra time that we get together. We're really, really fortunate to get to do that. And I am very grateful that I get to be a part of that at my house. And then hopefully I'm helping just a little bit for you guys there at home. So thank you very much. Have a great rest of the day. I will follow this up with some additional relaxation techniques and strategies in the coming weeks. Thanks so much.